All right, we're going to call the board meeting to order. Could you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Burns? Here. Trustee Carter?
Here.
Trustee Coleman?
Here.
Trustee Johnson?
Here.
Trustee Sauk? Here. Trustee Williams? Here.
Okay. I'd like to ask for a motion to go to executive session
So moved.
for the discussing personnel matters.
So moved.
Second. I was moved by Trustee Johnson, second by Trustee Carter. Any questions? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Carter?
Yes.
Trustee Coleman?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Sauk?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Burns?
Yes.
Motion carried. Going to executive session. Personnel matters.
Defending champion. I forget who his partner was.
All right, I'll ask for a motion to reconvene back to the regular board meeting.
So moved.
Second. Moved by Trustee Johnson, second by Trustee Carter. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Sauk? Trustee Sauk?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Burns?
Yes.
Trustee Carter?
Yes.
Trustee Coleman?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Just so that you know, each one of those will be considered roll call.
Oh, here.
Thank you. So we can sit in there.
All right, I'll go on to the approval of minutes. I'll ask for a motion to approve the journal proceedings for the special committee meeting held on November 19, 2024.
So moved.
Second. It was moved by Trustee Johnson, second by Trustee Carter. Any questions? Madam Clerk.
Trustee Burns? Trustee Carter?
Yes.
Trustee Coleman?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Sauk?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Abstain.
Motion carries.
Abstention goes with the majority. Motion carried. I'll ask for a motion to approve the journal proceedings for the special board meeting held on November 19, 2024.
So moved.
Second. Moved by Trustee Johnson, second by Trustee Carter. Any questions? Madam Clerk.
Trustee Carter?
Yes.
Trustee Coleman?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Sauk?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Abstain.
Trustee Burns?
Abstain.
Motion is carried. I'll ask for a motion to approve the proceedings of the board meeting held on November 19, 2024.
So moved.
Second. Moved by Trustee Johnson, second by Trustee Carter. Any questions? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Coleman?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Sauk?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Abstain.
Trustee Burns?
Abstain.
Trustee Carter?
Yes. Okay. Motion is carried. I'll ask for a motion to approve the proceedings of the board meeting held on November 26, 2024.
So moved.
Second. Moved by Trustee Johnson, second by Trustee Carter. Any questions? Madam Clerk.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Sauk?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Abstain.
Trustee Burns?
Abstain.
Trustee Carter?
Yes.
Trustee Coleman?
Yes. Motion carried. In public comments, all questions and comments must be directed to the mayor. Each speaker may comment on any matter concerning the business of the village of Sauk Village. Each speaker is allowed one opportunity to speak for up to 3 minutes and may not engage in debate, counter replies, or rebuttal. I will answer and respond to all questions for all public comments after the comments have been concluded. When you come up, please state your name.
Kathy Butcher. The accounts payable sheet is not on the back table again. Have the trustees received the information needed to go to the budget meeting? And when is the budget meeting going to be scheduled? I have talked to plenty of the residents, and it seems to be a consensus that we're not happy about getting a dispensary. Can we push the vote back to try and get a referendum on April 1st so that we can let the village residents decide whether they want the dispensary or not? That's a pretty big thing to put on 6 people. So that's just a suggestion. I don't know if we can do it or not. I haven't looked into it that closely. Next, there's a pile of trash, and I mean a large pile of trash, over on 222nd Place between Shirley and Paxton. It's been there for at least 2 weeks that I know of. Garbage men are not picking it up. Somebody needs to clean that up. It is an eyesore. It's a health hazard. It needs to be cleaned. I apologize for last week speaking out from the audience. I try not to do that. But when I ask a question, and Mayor, you do a soft shoe dance around answering the question, please just be open and honest and answer the questions.
1 minute left.
We had a gentleman that was asking about his being paid tens of thousands of dollars, and he didn't even get an answer. We need our questions answered, please. And that's all I have.
Katana Jones. Mayor and trustees, over in Carlisle Estates, there are several street lights that have been off for about 2 months now. Who do I address this to, since we no longer have Public Works, someone that deals with Public Works? That's all I have to add.
Hi, Darren Mailer with DMC Contractors. I was here in October, Mr. Mayor, and I came to see in regards to our concrete invoices being paid. You said at that time that our invoices and the work and everything was going to be paid and the work was good. In October, you said that, sir. And then in November, we came back because we had not heard anything about our invoices being paid. And since that time, we have not heard anything else from the village in regards to our invoices being paid. So we're owed close to over $350,000. So today, can you please answer when we're going to get paid? Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Carlin Bowens. I mostly just have comments tonight. I wanted to share that after last Tuesday's meeting, I took a poll with our residents here online, and it received over 700 impressions. The first poll was about the excitement of our new grocery store, and residents are really, really excited about that. About 67% of our residents really expressed just the positivity around having fresh produce available, while the remaining of our residents really talked about the possibility of jobs coming to Sauk Village and just being able to support locally. I also gave a poll in regards to our dispensary that is also in the works of coming here. The reviews were actually quite mixed, with 53% expressing a dissatisfaction. And I think a lot of that could be around just not knowing exactly what it would do to our community. So I will say that if there's not an opportunity for us to slow this down, how could you all as trustees, the mayor, maybe do some sort of neighborhood impact assessment to help residents maybe think through some of the benefits or the effects of having a dispensary? I'm sure there's already data out there about that. Also data around safety and security. Just having a dispensary in a community impacts safety of the neighborhood, and what does that look like? I actually like the idea that it closes at 9 p.m. I don't think that's too late. I will say personally, I think Francine said this last week as well, I'm not completely in favor. I don't indulge, but I do see the market for our business development. But I still think we should approach with caution and really give residents the ability to really feel secure in the business development. I also would say I had an opportunity to stop by one of our newest businesses this particular week. Our new ice cream shop that opened up. I'm really excited to see that it's here. I think it'll be a great place for my family to visit, but I also was really disappointed in learning that the owner has been paying rent there for a whole entire year, if not longer, and is still waiting for her business license, even though she's cleared everything else up. So wondering if there's ways that we can support her. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Marisol Ibarra.
Sorry, Mayor.
I'm sorry, what's your last name?
Marisol Ibarra.
One more time.
Ibarra.
Ibarra.
It's
okay.
Ibarra.
Oh, okay.
A little different. Well, I'm here tonight because I needed to speak with with the mayor. I've been trying to get in contact with him since April. I have recently opened the ice cream shop, never received my license. I have all my approvals. I have been paying rent for a year and haven't been answered any of my questions. I was left in limbo last year since October that I spoke with the mayor, and he said we were all good to go, ready to start building, and nothing happened. And then you guys had no building department till August, where I was able to get my permits. I have left the mayor a lot of emails pleading because I couldn't pay another month bill for my rent. So I have all my paperwork, all my approvals, I have everything on file, and I just want to know what is the next step.
May I begin?
Yes, sir, you may begin.
Okay. Arnold Coleman, residence. On September 26, 2024, my wife and I closed on the purchase of my home here in Sauk Village. Today, I still don't have a water account. I visited the village every month since then, 4 times, in an attempt to open my water account. for my home. 4 times I've been turned down by the village, clerk on the other side of the glass, because they claim that the seller of the house has not closed their account, and I have not gotten a bill in my name, and I don't know how much I owe. The last time I checked, the seller had a 0 balance, but that cannot be the same now. I have all my closing documents to support that I am the new owner, but the village refuses to give me a water account. A water bill in the seller's name came, and I took it to the village to appeal to Ms. Lewis, who insists on not giving me an account. I was allowed in an audience with Ms. Lewis, who insists I would have to talk to the previous owner to get them to close their account, and that she also said that technically, because I'm not paying for my water, she could turn off my water services. My attorney for my closing is now involved, but feels that all my documents for my closing should be enough to get me a water account. What I want is to have an account so that I can pay my bill and keep my services. What I don't want is to have my service shut off because I haven't been given notice. Mr. Mayor, what shall I do?
Ready?
I'm Francine Anderson, and there's a couple of things, Mr. Mayor. Mine are just comments as usual. I've heard quite a bit today of people having great concerns about services. And I would hope that this trustee board, and you, Mr. Mayor, and any of our administrators who are involved to help solve these problems. But it brings back to me some memory. And that is that when I sat in these meetings, the gentleman here that didn't get paid, I don't understand why he didn't get paid. But I was also at those meetings where you did not pay bills for 3 consecutive meetings. So I don't know if his bills was in there or not. I don't have the privilege of having your accounts payable. But I do know, I was present, so I know that you didn't pass them. I sit here at these meetings and you take out hundreds of thousands of dollars out of the accounts payable because you say you did not see the invoices. I am sure that anyone that is building us $300,000 has sent some invoices. And I am sure that when you say that you can't get an appointment with our finance director, then look like there's a problem between some scheduling. The other thing that greatly concerns me, and I guess it's just because this is Sauk Village politics or political time, is that all of your trustees that are having current events are now having them everywhere else except for the public rotunda. Yes, our taxes pay for those other public buildings as well, but you asked for those seats. And I think part of your responsibility is having your activities so that the citizens know that that is a village-supported activity. Not a library activity, not a church activity, because our churches are very involved in our community. And I appreciate that, because we have a lot of important people in our churches, and they are evangelizing people all over. But they also offer, we have a food desert, but we have pantries. So if those that have problems with getting food, please let them know of the 4 churches that offer pantries every week so that our families are not hungry. Because the churches make it available. Every organization that has been turned down here by the trustees have found ways to go to local churches.
Time.
Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah.
That it again? Okay. In answer to the question as far as the budget meeting, we're going to try to do that again. Hopefully it'll probably be after Christmas. And we'll try to do it again the way we did it the last time, and we'll see what happens. The dispensary is up for a vote tonight, so we'll see how that goes. It was explained twice, and it's going to be voted on today at this meeting. Thank you for the address for the trash that's there. That's picked up tomorrow. On the invoices, as it was stated the last time, it's under investigation right now. And it's a lot of things. I'm not going to go in, that's his business, so I'm not going to go into that right now. But when we get the information and it gets through with the investigation, we will bring the gentleman in and we will let the board know exactly the recommendation to move forward with that. Person that opened the ice cream shop and you don't have a business license, I kind of trying to figure that one out. But I'll get to the bottom of that tomorrow. I didn't know that you actually opened it with no business license and you really weren't supposed to. But I don't know who said anything that told you that you could, but I will find out and get on top of that tomorrow. Water accounts, or the water accounts, right now it's a problem with our IT, but we're working on that right now to get it to where it should have been before, and now it's a little off. I think it's a few days off, but it's still off. So we're working on that right now to get the IT in here to work on all of that. Anything that has to do with the water account, because it is an IT matter, and then also IT is going to be involved in the audits and getting the audits done. So we have to get that taken care of too. Okay. That being said, I'll move to financial matters. And I'll ask for a motion to approve transfers, payroll, and accounts payable distributions in the combined amount of $741,407.48, and to authorize the finance department to remit payments.
So moved.
Second. It's moved by Trustee Johnson, second by Trustee Carter. Any questions?
Mr. Mayor.
Trustee Coleman.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I move to amend and approve accounts payable, removing line item 10000572600, invoices 2165 through 2248, dated April 7th, 2023 through November 15th of 2024, respectively, in the amount of $112,840, leaving a total amount for accounts payable of $472,886.73, plus the total of payroll of $155,680.75, for a grand total of $628,567.48.
I had one I didn't get. What was the amount from payables? 400 and what?
From accounts payable.
No, from payable, yeah, from account payable, yeah.
Yeah, $472. No, $472,886.73.
That was the motion, is there a second? Okay, it was moved by Trustee Coleman to reduce the amount for accounts payable by $112,840 even. That's the way I heard it, correct? $112,840 even.
Yes.
Okay. And it was seconded by Trustee Williams. Any questions? Madam Clerk.
Trustee Sapp? Trustee Williams?
Yes, I have questions on the rest of the accounts payable, but I have no question on this motion, so when can I address my question? Yes.
Trustee Burns? Trustee Carter?
No.
Trustee Coleman?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
No.
Majority is yes. Motion carried. Trustee Williams, you have a,
Yes, I do. I did get a chance to see the invoices today, thank you very much. And it is always a scheduled conflict, that's true, it always happens at the time when I have to pick up my grandson from school. Yes, but I always arrange for other transportation for him, so I can come during the 1 hour a week that I am given to look at the invoices. I would prefer any time other than Tuesday or 2, but I come when I'm told to come. I am going to read what I just sent to the mayor a short time ago. I reviewed the invoices tonight, and my questions are, why are AIC invoices in the payables folder and not on the agenda? Are they getting paid or not paid? They're in the folder of invoices that are about to get paid. Why do we continue to use Calumet City Plumbing instead of our public works staff? Their hourly rate is between $185 to $215 per hour, because most of the time when we call them, it's overtime hours. And instead of using our staff, that's how much we're paying Calumet City Plumbing. Why is Knight McCastro in the payables folder and not on the AP? Are they getting paid or are they not getting paid? Because they're in the payables folder, which are the invoices that are about to be paid. There are 4 Laurel invoices in the payables folder and only 1 on the AP. Laurel is the grass cutting company who's been owed money for many months, and only 1 out of the 4 is on the AP, but 4 of them are inside the jacket. Why was Joe Wizzawati's reimbursement removed from the AP and the HE report? If you remember, we did not approve the accounts payable 2 weeks ago because we couldn't get in to see the invoices. On that accounts payable, there was a reimbursement from a conference 3 years ago that this reimbursement was for that particular person. Now, I don't know about you, but if I went to a conference and I turned in a reimbursement 3 years ago, I wouldn't have waited until today to get my money. But it was on the accounts payable that wasn't approved. That's one of the reasons we didn't approve it, because we needed to see the invoices first. We couldn't see the invoices at that time. I saw the invoices at this time, and the reimbursement is not in the payables folder, nor is it on the AP or the HE, so why was it on the last one? Why are we not paying inspectional services invoices for Safe Build and DNF when we have been paid to secure those permits and inspections? Residents and businesses pay the village to get inspections and permits, and we have to pay the companies that are doing the job. The jobs have been done, but the inspection companies are not getting paid. One company to the tune of $200,000, one company to the tune of $75,000, and to answer the ice cream shop's, the lady, the $75,000 person said he would start tomorrow, come back and issue permits if we would pay at least $35,000 towards the $75,000 invoices. And the mayor's aware of that, and we still have no one to issue the inspections and the permits. And he asked why you're open, asked why his campaign office is open, did he get his permit and his building, his license to open up his campaign office? Now, when will DMC contractors receive their $335,000? That was the gentleman that was just sitting there. The work was done without authorization or bidding process, but they need to be paid. The fact that we're not paying them, they did the work. So yes, it was unauthorized. The person who authorized them is no longer with Sauk Village. But that doesn't mean that the man should not get paid. It is not the trustees that are stopping people from getting paid. It's the way that the finances and the invoices are being run through the payables. Please understand, it's easy to say the trustees didn't pay accounts payable. Considering that we're using your tax dollars to pay accounts payable, I would hope that everybody would be very glad to see that your trustees are tired of paying accounts payable in the blind. And if we can't find the invoices to justify the payments, we will not pay the accounts payable. When you hear things that are being removed from the accounts payable, it's because there's a reason for it. The trustees cannot be responsible for vendors not getting paid if we don't see them in AP in the first place. We received a cash report today that the village has total cash $5,471,296. But tell me why Mr. DMC doesn't get his $335, why Mr. BNF doesn't get his $75, why Safeville doesn't get their $200,000, why the man who's been cutting our grass all summer long gets one check instead of four. Tell me why if we've got $6 million and it's the trustees that are not paying the bills. No. I would pay every single one of these bills if I had an invoice in the accounts payable. Every single one of these invoices would get paid. I'm speaking this.
No. Are you talking to the audience?
I'm talking to the audience. I'm talking to the residents. This is their money.
This is not. There's a motion on the floor to pay.
And I said I had issues with the accounts payable.
Are you asking to amend that? The accounts payable?
Can I amend it? Can I pay Mr. DMC?
No.
Okay,
no, you can't. No.
What I'm
It's on
asking
the accounts payable.
Is if we have
Well,
$6
right now
million,
we're still doing accounts
pay
payable.
the bill.
We still doing
It's
accounts
not
payable.
the trustee's responsibility to pay the bills. It's yours. Put them on the accounts payable and let's pay these bills. Thank you.
I asked for a motion to pay the accounts.
That's already been done, Mr. Mayor.
No, it is not. The motion that was there was to take away the $112,840 out of the accounts payable. Now I'm asking for a motion to pay the amount of $628,567.45. No one heard that? I'm asking for a motion.
Second.
It's moved by Trustee Sapp and second by Trustee Williams. Any questions? Madam Clerk.
I'm sorry, sir, can you repeat that motion?
The amount, it was moved by Trustee Sapp and second by Trustee Williams to pay accounts payable in the amount of $628,567.45.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Burns?
Abstain.
Trustee Carter?
Yes.
Trustee Coleman?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Sapp?
Yes.
Motion is carried. All right, next item, motion to override the mayor's veto for the motion to approve and appoint Anthony Finch as internal auditor in any capacity to commence duties and report to the corporate authorities on Wednesday, November 20th, 2024.
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Coleman, second by Diane Sapp. Moved by Trustee Coleman, second by Trustee Sapp. Any questions? Madam Clerk.
Trustee Burns?
Yes.
Trustee Carter?
No.
Trustee Coleman?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
No.
Trustee Sapp?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
carried. Motion to move and to grant approval for the GIERCZYK development to move forward with the cannabis distribution center / restaurant at the alternative location.
So moved.
Second. Moved by Trustee Johnson, second by Trustee Carter. Any questions? Trustee Sapp. I mean, they've been here twice, so what more research would you need? How many? Better clarification. Oh, okay. Well, we're taking a vote now, so I don't know if you want to, ask to table that, and you want to take a vote to table? Yes. Okay. I'll ask a motion to table, I'll ask for a motion to table the GIERCZYK project.
So moved. Second.
You said so moved, and then you said second.
She said
I didn't hear her say anything, that's what I'm saying.
She made the motion.
Who made the motion? Okay, so then it's moved by Trustee Sapp, second by Trustee, by Trustee Burns, to table the GIERCZYK project development. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Carter?
No.
Trustee Coleman?
Abstain.
Trustee Johnson?
no.
Trustee Sapp? Trustee Williams?
Abstain.
Trustee Burns?
Yes.
There's 2-2-2. That means that I would vote, and I vote no to move on. I vote no. Abstain goes to the majority. It's 2-2-2.
She broke the tie.
That's the state statute too. It's too late. All right, then now I'll ask for a motion to approve the GIERCZYK development, to move forward with the GIERCZYK development project.
So moved.
Second. It was moved by Trustee Johnson, second by Trustee Carter. Any questions? Madam Clerk.
Yes, I do have a question, Mr. Mayor. I've heard several residents express their sincere concern about the cannabis location. I also have heard residents ask to have a consensus from the residents. So I guess we're going to just totally disregard 9,000 people who should have a say whether they have a whole weed marijuana dispensary in their community. I think that is disheartening and is unfair to the residents here in the village because they have spoken. They have given a consensus. And for us as trustees and mayor not to take into account the residents that want to have a say and get a deeper understanding and more information, I think that is, lack of a better word, very bogus of this council. It is our community. We have to live here. Our children have to live here. And we have safety concerns. We also know that marijuana is not federally legal and it's still an arrestable offense. People are still getting locked up for it. People are still going to jail for it. People are still getting a lot of time in prison for it. So these are things that the community is very concerned about, and truly how it will impact our community and our children and our young people. and for us to just move forward with this with no regards to the over 9,000 residents, and over half of those residents want to have a say. But again, we are not the judge and the jury, and the people that live here and pay taxes here should be able to have a say. Now, we do have a town hall meeting on Saturday, right here in the Rotunda, and we should give our residents that opportunity for us to answer their questions and give them an opportunity to express their concerns, since they do live here and pay taxes here. Thank you.
Okay, I just want, for the record, the trustee just voted on it, so, that's what you're here for.
I still wanted my
I
statement
just-
to be heard, because again, I am.
Okay, let's move on. So the vote was, 2-2-2, and I voted aye, so.
Was that vote to table or was that vote to approve?
That was a vote to approve.
No, that was vote to table.
That was the vote to
So
table.
this has not been voted on.
I'm sorry. Okay, that's the vote to table, the table did not move forward.
That's right.
So now I'm asking for a motion. Oh, that's right, you did. It was a question, yes, you did the question. Madam Clerk?
No, I'd like to make a statement, please, Mr. Mayor.
Sure.
Okay, so according to what Trustee Burns just said, and what the residents have said over the past few weeks, this is not an easy decision for the six, as somebody said earlier. It's my fault.
I did what?
It was on earlier.
Why would it be on? I didn't touch anything.
I didn't even.
Okay, no.
I will speak loudly, okay? This is not a decision that we take lightly. I want you all to know that. But what we do know is that we need development in Sauk Village. We have too many vacant properties, both businesses and homes.
Absolutely.
And it takes the beginning. It takes a start. What are we going to do to bring development to Sauk Village? When people see development start, they will come and they will also develop. So I know this is very controversial. I do not use weed and never have. It's me personally. When we speak with 10,000 people, like someone said earlier, we speak with 10,000 people. This is happening in other communities. As much as I would love to see development in the Sauk Village, and I do, I believe that this one development will bring other developments. But I also agree that there is a town hall meeting on Saturday. And as much as we talked about this before, I really think we do need to hear from the people. This is a huge decision. I do not take this lightly. I've gone back and forth. I'm very twisted on how to approach this. But when you're talking about something like this, understand, people, the amount of money that will come in from this development, the amount of money that comes in from this business, and it is legal. So understand that this is not an illegal business. This is a legal business that is being done right down the street on Torrance, right down the street on Sauk Trail, getting ordered to another community. It is being done in every community that is taking advantage of the revenue that can come in from this type of business. But by the same token, I'm one person. Trustee Burns is one person. I would like to hear, and I want you all to go and spread the word that there's a town hall meeting Saturday at 2 o'clock. Let's not postpone this any further. Let's either do it or don't do it. But we should listen to the vote of the people first. And I hope you all understand. It is just 6 people up here, and it's not fair that we make a decision for 9,000 people. But we need people in here on Saturday to lead us in the right direction.
Any other questions? Madam Clerk?
Yep, vote it up and vote it down. Let me get out of here.
Trustee Coleman?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Sapp?
Who?
Sapp?
I didn't hear.
No. Trustee Williams? Trustee Williams?
I know, Trustee, Madam Clerk, I hear you. I'm still.
Okay, so then please respond. That's all I'm asking.
Yes.
Thank you. Trustee Burns?
No.
Trustee Carter?
Yes. Okay. Motion carries.
Way to go, good job.
You make big speeches, but we will not carry through with them. Keep your speeches to yourself.
Who's she talking
You're not
to?
going to carry through. No, I'm not being rude. You
I still want everybody to
just gave us a speech to tell us as residents that you're going to give us an opportunity to talk, and then you turn around and you renege on your own speech. Stop it. Stop it. Well, then why did you give us an opportunity to speak? You just said you want us to speak, and then you took that away from us. I am not arguing. You took that opportunity away from 10,000 people
Trustee,
after saying you want them to speak.
Let them come Saturday.
For what? It doesn't matter, Trustee Williams. It doesn't matter. You took that away from us.
trustee,
You did that.
I'm
We
asking-
don't want to hear from you if you're not going to hear from us. And then don't tell us that you want to give us an opportunity and then snatch it away. You don't do that. I'm a resident, and I wanted that opportunity, and so many others did. And you sat here and said you wanted it too, and then you snatched it away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're not sorry. You're part of the problem.
And you are too.
Part of the problem.
can we go on with the meeting?
Part of the
Can we go on with the meeting?
It's too.
part of.
Boy, boy, boy.
I'm gonna say one thing into it.
Trustee, are you going?
Go ahead. No, I'm not gonna leave it alone.
Would you please? Are you going to respect the gavel? Or you going to?
First of all,
Are
I'm
you
making
gonna
my
respect-
statement. We're
I'm
still in
asking
discussion.
you, really?
We're still in discussion. Okay, whatever.
Okay, next item. Next item is the mayor's report. I first want to say thank you for all of those residents that came out to see the Santa's parade this past Saturday. We drove around. It was a pretty decent day. Okay, I appreciate those that came out and stood at their house, or then the kids were outside on the grass and everything. So I appreciate that. We lit the tree. We had them to come down to do that and tell Santa what it is that they were that they would like to have come Christmas. And I just really want to say thank all of those. And I'd also like to thank the ones that helped make that happen. That came out to help set up for those things that we did. The fire department was there. The police department was there for the parade. And I just want to say thank you guys very much. I was hoping that I would see more elected officials, but maybe it was something they had to do. The next thing I want to say is the 2 trees that you see here. This one here was, I would say, no, not donated, but it was dressed, and the ornaments were done by the committee that Miss Trustee Johnson is head of, and it looks really nice. The one out there was put up by Public Works and Mary Klopp to put the tree that's in the hallway. So I just want to say thank you to those people that did that. And then at this time, I would like to make an appointment. I'll ask the board for a consensus. If not, then I'm going to ask the board. I want to appoint the Delgado Law Group as corporate counsel at this time. So I'll ask for a motion to appoint the Delgado Law Group as corporate counsel.
So moved.
Second. It was moved by Trustee Johnson, second by Trustee Carter. Any questions?
Yes,
Yes,
Mayor.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I have a
Who's
question.
first? Trustee Cole?
Trustee Combs, yes.
Well, first of all, Mr. Mayor, we have yet to meet any representative of the Delgado Group, and we would like to first see them to ask them questions, to find out about them so that we can make an intelligent decision as to how to vote for this appointment.
Trustee Burns?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Also, we would like to see, is there a contract or an agreement that still is an outside consultant that we are bringing in? And again, we have not seen a contract or an agreement from this law firm. And I also agree with Trustee Coleman. We have not met this company, nor had a chance to ask questions, or just know what they're going to provide for our village. We don't know if they have accepted our $200 an hour ordinance agreement. We don't know anything about the company. Again, this is a situation where I don't think that we should vote blindly without going through the proper process, especially if they do not have a contract nor an agreement with our village.
Okay. Anyone else? Trustee Sapp?
My issue with this particular law firm is that it's kind of, I view it as conflict of interest. They be the counsel for the village and represent the objectives for the election, but I don't understand how they can do that and be fair. So I reject it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Anybody else?
Mr. Mayor.
Trustee Williams.
Unfortunately, what I had to say has already been said, but I'll reiterate, we have not met the council, but most importantly, those of you that are familiar with electoral board hearings, the people that are running for trustee and mayor have been challenged, their petitions have been challenged, and the attorney that is working with the challengers to bring those challenges about is the same attorney that the mayor is trying to hire tonight for the village. Yes, I do consider that to be a conflict of interest, because every trustee that is not working on the mayor's side has been challenged. Mayors obviously have been challenged. And it says right in the letter from the Delgado Law Group that they represent the objectors. So that is very much a challenge. And objections themselves are another one of those things that you don't want to ever be a part of, but in this position you're put in places you don't always want to be. So yes, I will definitely say no to this appointment, because I do feel there's a conflict. We don't have a contract, as Trustee Burns said. We don't know what their hourly rate is. The mayor has just recently hired an attorney for $780 an hour that wants $47,000, and I've seen the invoice. So I know that there is an attorney that is expecting $780 an hour. So before we hire any attorney, whether it's the mayor or the board, we should look at our ordinance that says that we have a cap of $200. Because I don't know how that attorney's going to get paid, but if it comes into the accounts payable, it's not going to get paid. And there's other attorneys that Knight McCastro was talking about accounts payable. That's another attorney that's been, Knight McCastro was on the accounts payable. He's passed due over 7 or 8 months. We never saw a contract for that attorney either. So it's time we start working by contract and knowing how much we need to pay people before we let them do the work. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay,
I just said, yeah, I heard. Yeah, exactly.
that's the problem that we have. Why are you up here? No, I'm asking you. You should be above. Anyway, Madam President, please call.
There is no contract. Mayor Burgess, there is no contract nor agreement on the books. We don't know what these people charge. And then if you appoint them, then we have to pay whatever they're asking, and we have no clue what that is. We've asked you to bring the law firm before the trustees, and then we can make an intelligent decision. And you agreed that you would do that in our session right before we came out. You agreed to do that, to bring him before the board.
Are you done?
I'm just saying you agreed to do
We
it.
need to move forward. You've already spoke on this. Thank you for what you said.
Well, you agreed to hold off on the appointment.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
Okay, well. You go back and forth like kids. I'm not doing that.
You have 42, Mayor.
Yeah, it's 4-2 again. So I'm going to make that appointment. So, yeah. For them, I mean, not together. For them, I don't want to be a corporate house. Next item, village clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and I'm going to do my very best not to be before you long. However, I would like to see our village act and do something that has a positive spin on it. We're always so clothed in negativity. Each time we want to do something, then the old ugly head just comes out and everything gets muddled. And it should not be this way. We are grown individuals, caring individuals. You care for this village. You want to do what's right, but somehow or another, it gets away from us. It escapes us. And what am I talking about right now? We have more individuals who threw their head in the race to vie to be a candidate for office. Last time, none of us were challenged at all. Now we have everybody, not everybody, but quite a few, and it's getting uglier and uglier and uglier. And it doesn't have to be that way. We just need a democracy and need us to play fair in the sandbox. That's all that's needed. But that's not what has been happening. Someone mentioned the number of people who got challenged. And it didn't have to be that way. Let people win on their own. Let it be fair. You don't have to knock someone down with the hopes that you're building yourself up. We're better than that, people. Excuse me?
Sure. I mean, are you gonna...
No, do her. Do her. Thank you.
No,
do her. Ask her to be quiet. No, ask her.
That's why we
ask
can't
him
move
to be.
now.
That's why, because you allow certain people to do whatever. Okay, we're not going to go there this evening. I'm not going there this evening. Let me share with you, residents and trustees, I put your information at your desktop, okay? But I put on the back table a public notice, a legal notice, according to the Open Meetings Act, that's going to take place here on Thursday at 10 o'clock. It is when they will be providing information and instructions. That's what I understand it. Information, instructions, the rules, and the process for conducting the electoral board hearings. Know that you're going to have to move fast to keep up with us, because some of us, we will be weaving in and out. Okay? So it's not just one electoral board the way it has been sometimes. In some instances, it will be the mayor, myself, and our senior trustee. That's going to be in some of the instances. In other instances, we will have public individuals who will take our place, because if we're running, so those of us who are running for mayor, we can't serve on any of the challenges or objections for those who are running for mayor. So that's one reason why we will be moving in and out of these seats up here. So hopefully I've not confused you anymore and you understand what I was saying, okay? But from my understanding and my reading, it seems as if all we're really going to do is to adopt the rules and the procedures for these hearings, and then after that they will reconvene at another time to actually hear what the objectors are saying, as well as
what the candidates are responding to according to what they are being charged with. Okay? If you have any questions about that, you can see me a little bit later, and I can maybe do a little better than what I just did in terms of explaining what we can expect on Thursday. Mr. Mayor, a couple weeks ago, because I wasn't here last week, but a couple weeks ago I asked you about holiday cheer, and I asked you if we would have funds allocated, and that I needed to know that so that I could communicate with our partners to see if they will once again collect and donate to us all of the items that we would need for holiday cheer. We would still provide the turkeys and the ham, and you were going to get back to me, and sadly you never got back to me, and we basically only have 2 weeks left. I don't know what I can expect from you at this point, but I know that when I look at all of these other communities who's reaching out and providing turkeys and whatever for their residents, I think that it saddens me that we've gotten so political that we won't look out for our people that live in the village because we don't want anybody else to shine. We're better than that too, people. We're much better than that. We're better than that, and we have to do better. But either we're going to do it or we're not. But it's not because I've not been asking and I've not been trying, okay? Let me share something with you about the Del Grotto group. I'm going back because that disturbs me to no end. As I was collecting petitions, someone from the Del Grotto group who says that she was a representative from them, they came in, wanted to look at the petitions. I asked who she was. She wouldn't tell me her name. I asked her to fill out the paperwork that many of you have filled out, even when you purchase copies. She didn't want to do that. Just really, she ended up calling me out of my name and threatening to kick my butt. Okay? Now, well, she ended up calling the police on me because I had a sheet of her paper that the mayor's office had created with the signatures and the names and everything of all of the candidates, and it was improper. It was very, very improper that it happened, okay? So, then we just went on and on, but it just so happens that the attorney who this lady was representing is from the Del Grotto group. I didn't know that at that time, but she is. So
you didn't know that, but you believe it now.
Yeah, because she sent me an email, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, you didn't tell me anything about that, so.
I don't have to tell you that somebody sent me an email. I told you that the woman threatened to kick my butt, and you didn't have anything to say about that. I don't want that to come. I didn't tell you anything.
There you go.
Because I know you're not going to do anything.
You got that right.
Now let me just step back. Okay? So now we have candidates who are being challenged. Yes. I am, who am I? What's my title? Aside from being the clerk, I'm giving a report. I am giving a report of what has taken place because there's unrest. There's no, because you're going to fire me. No, let me stop. There's so much unrest up here, and there's so much unrest out there, and it's
horrible to see someone who had very good intentions and end up feeling the way you're feeling at this point.
Everybody got
All I can say,
everybody got that.
after all of this is done, we will know who will be on the ballot and who will not. And I am just hopeful that within my next 4 or 5 months in office as the village clerk, as well as our election official, that we can do things in a nice and pleasant manner. That's all I hope. That's all I hope. I don't think that that's too much to ask of you, from others, from myself. Let's just be decent, people. Let me move on. I talked about holidays. And you're right, I am going back and forth because I'm really disturbed at everything that's taking place, because it doesn't have to be. But what I was going to ask Mr. Mayor, if we can't do holiday cheer the way we would normally do holiday cheer, can't we just give some of our residents some turkeys and let them get their own sides? You know? We have so many, our representatives, our commissioners, they've gotten with other communities and they are donating, you know, the first 200 people to sign up. You know, all we want to do is 75 to 100. And I don't think that's too much to ask. But anyway, I think that completes my report, but I did want people to know, because we have a lot of new people with us who's going to walk in here on Thursday and they will not have any idea what to expect, and I just wanted to give just a little heads up of what you can expect, because it's going to be different than it's ever been since I've been in office since 2017. Mr. Mayor, that does complete my report.
Madam Clerk, Mr. Mayor, I have a question for Madam Clerk. May I? Madam Clerk, Keeper of Records.
Say that again, please.
Madam Clerk, Keeper of Records? Are you done?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm supposed to be the keeper of records. I don't have any records.
Okay, well, which leads me to this question. Do you have in your possession a copy of the mayor's proposed budget?
No.
You don't?
No.
So he's also denied you a copy of the budget?
And I was here that day too for the meeting that Thursday or whatever in the afternoon, where some of the others asked, because we were here.
Two people showed up.
I was here.
Okay.
No, I was here.
No, it's
Well,
But no, I don't have a copy.
okay. So not even the keeper of records is allowed a copy of a proposed budget. Is that what you're telling me?
okay. You don't want to turn it. Are you done?
I'm trying to get a copy.
No,
I'm trying to get a copy of the budget as
when the budget-
any way I possibly can. I'm trying to do it legally
When the budget
first.
hearing takes place, you will.
But I haven't gotten a copy of the budget. So
When the budget hearing takes
I'm
place-
wondering if that budget even exists.
Come here and go back.
Okay, but thank you, Madam Clerk.
If that's all that you have, yes, that I'm going to move on to the reports of the department.
Raven
The
Johnson
village
has her hand
engineer, Ms. Melanie Arnold, she's,
Raven has her hand up.
I'm sorry, I didn't see your hand, excuse me. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Mayor, I just want to clear this up because I keep hearing this going back and forth. The first day that the budget was scheduled, whoever prepped the room, they had the budget sitting out on the table at everybody's station to pick up. This budget was not handed to me. So let's get that cleared up. It was at everybody's station. Madam Clerk, I do recall that she was in the building, but she wasn't in the rotunda at that time. If it was sitting there, I picked it up and put it in my folder. That's how I was able to get it. It was not handed to me by a specific person. Ms. Lewis did not come and say, Trustee Johnson, here goes the budget. It was never like that. It was sitting there at my station where I sit at, so I picked it up and put it in my book. Do we have a clear understanding now? Because I don't want this to make it out to be like, oh, he's doing favoritism with her. No, I picked it up on my own.
All right, we're not gonna, look, no, I'm saying, we're not gonna go back and forth. You spoke.
No.
Well, we're gonna speak on each topic? No, we're gonna speak on.
Yes, that's my job.
What's wrong with you?
I can't speak on this.
What's wrong with you?
In other words, I only have a certain amount of time to speak on.
What is wrong with you?
Right, but everybody else has comment, and I can't comment on the budget.
We weren't talking about the budget. I mean, you.
It is not talking about the budget.
I told you, I made, well, there's been two times. There's been two times.
You don't want to hear what I have to say. All right, it'll be part of my report.
Your report. Why do you all feel you can threaten me about something?
I'm not threatening.
That's what you said.
I asked to speak.
Because
You said no.
we're trying to, I'm trying to move. But you expect somebody to respect you, but you don't respect what I say. You want somebody to respect you.
Are you respecting me, Mr. Mayor,
Am I
when you
respecting
allow
you?
others to comment on this topic and you refuse to allow me to talk? Who's not respecting?
Just because you talk loud don't mean you.
I know, you cut off my mic.
I'm just doing, okay, fine.
Because I can't
Why are you
talk
back and forth?
Mr.
Is that
Mayor,
what you came here for? Or you
you
come here to
allowed
take care of
others to
business?
speak
Did you
on
come
this
here to
topic.
argue, fuss, and fight? All of you guys that say something, or did you come here to move it forward?
Disrespect me?
No, I'm going to say what I have to say to try to gain order in this meeting. Yes.
Then the next time I come to a budget meeting, give me a copy of the budget. Like
No,
you
you got.
put it on the table.
When
like
the
you did with
budget
Trustee
meeting
Johnson.
convenes, you'll get a copy.
You didn't give me the same
No,
courtesy
no.
as Trustee Johnson.
Madam Clerk has
It wasn't
just left,
sitting
so
on my desk.
I don't know where she's going. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the part I'm talking about. What does that mean?
No, it's certain.
Boy, did you want somebody to come and do business? Okay, we're gonna move forward. I'm gonna ask the village engineer, Ms. Melanie Arnold, for her report, but she also has here Mr. Bud Mason, who's going to give you an insight on the water personnel person that's going to, that they're going to try, well, we're asking them to do for next year. We're going to finish this year out with the person that we have right now, and then next year we're going to ask, we're asking Mr. Mason and his group to serve as the water, I guess, caretakers, and use their license so we can continue to do what we have to do as a village. At this time, Melody Allen, is your mic on?
It is.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, Madam Clerk, and Board of Trustees. I actually have a bit of a lengthy report tonight, so there was two parts to it, so I was gonna talk about the resolution that's at the end of the meeting first, and then move on to the water. Regarding the resolution of maintenance agreements, I respectfully request the board retroactively approve the resolution of maintenance agreement for section number 23-00000-00GM for calendar year 2023, and approve as discussed at last week's board meeting. I also request that the board approve the maintenance of engineering agreement for the calendar year 2024, as also discussed at last week's committee meeting. The estimate for calendar year 2023 is based on the 2023 MFT ledger provided to me by the Finance Department and aligns with the money spent on MFT eligible expenses. The actual amount spent was $55,790. The resolution for calendar year 2024 is an estimate that is based off the 2024 MFT ledger, which when I received it was from January 1st of 2024 through September 30th of 2024, as provided to me by the Finance Department, and the estimated cost provided to me by the Public Works Director for MFT eligible expenses that either have been spent to date or may be spent before the end of 2024. And if you have any questions regarding that, if it's okay with you all, I'd be happy to answer them now and then talk about the water.
Yeah, is there any questions on the two items that were just explained? Any questions? Okay. Go ahead and do the next item. Thank you.
Okay. Moving along, As the mayor mentioned, I do have Bud Mason here with GIERCZYK that he's going to just give himself a brief introduction and answer any questions that you might have about the proposed services. But before I did that, I wanted to just give the village board and the residents an update on the status of the water system. Just a very, very brief, I'm sure that most of you already know this, but Sauk Village obtains their water from 3 separate wells. Wells 1 and 2 are located at the main station, which is on Sauk Trail, just east of 220th Street. And well 3 is located to the north of Carolina Drive and east of Transportation Drive. Robinson Engineering has acted as the village's interim responsible operator in charge, otherwise known as the ROINC, since December 1st of 2023. In the year that Robinson has been acting as the interim operator in charge, we have worked diligently with the village to make many necessary improvements. I just wanted to go over briefly those improvements. At the main station, the pump for well 1, which had effectively stopped pumping in mid-July, has been repaired and full functionality has been restored. Booster pump 3 has been repaired and reinstalled and functionality has been restored. Booster pump 2 is currently out of operation. So you have a total of 3 booster pumps. You have 2 that are functioning. And you need 1 to function, but you need to definitely have 2 for redundancy. So you currently have 2 in operation. Booster pump 2 is still currently out of operation. However, work to restore functionality is in process. Repairs to the valving associated with this pump have been completed, and the repair of the pump is in process. We are currently waiting on the vendor to schedule the pickup of the pump. Repairs, cleaning, and maintenance of the air strippers that serve wells 1 and 2 have been completed, and the air strippers are functional. The final improvements, which would include bearing replacements for booster pumps 2 and 3, are in process. We're waiting on the vendor to schedule that work. However, booster pump 3 is still able to be functional and is in operation. Regarding improvements at well 3, repairs to the piping and valving associated with well 3 have been completed. Repairs, cleaning, and maintenance for the air strippers that serve well 3 have been completed, and the air strippers are now functional. There are some additional repairs to the air stripper pumps, as well as some programming work for the well 3 pump that need to be made to maximize the efficiency of the well 3 station. But I am happy to report that well 3 is now pumping water and functioning as a backup well for the village, which has not been the case for a number of years. The current agreement with Robinson, acting as the interim operator in charge, is set to expire in early January. As we discussed at last week's committee meeting, the village has been working with Great Lakes Community Action Partnership, which is known as GIERCZYK for short, to provide a permanent operator in charge for the village. Because of the village's well system, the village requires an operator with a Class B license, which is frankly very difficult to find. The village has been presented with an agreement that would be between Sauk Village and GIERCZYK for the provision of water operator services on a permanent basis. Robinson would still be available as village engineer to provide oversight and technical experience and historical knowledge to GIERCZYK going forward, of course. And this agreement will be discussed in detail at the next committee meeting. However, Bud Mason of GIERCZYK is out of Ohio and will need to be remote for that discussion. He is in the Chicago area this week visiting other municipalities that they work with, and so is here tonight just to introduce himself, tell you a bit about GIERCZYK, and just give you the opportunity to answer any questions, give you the opportunity to ask and him to answer any questions that you may have at this time in person, and then we could follow up next week. He'll be remote via phone at the committee meeting. So if it's okay with you all, I will turn the microphone over to Bud now.
Thank you.
Can you guys hear me without mic?
Yes, you can.
They say my voice carries. My name is Bud Mason. I'm with Great Lakes Community Action Partnership. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this, hope it doesn't get me in trouble, but we would be comparable to CETA. the Chicago Community Economic and Development Association. We're community action. We're made up of multiple programs, Head Start, Meals on Wheels, all of that type of stuff. I work in the community development portion of that, okay? Was here over a decade ago. I'll call it the late unpleasantness, when the vinyl chloride went from well 3, started sucking into wells 1 and 2 at the plant. I played what role did I play? I got sent here by Jesse Jackson Jr.'s office. Said, hey, can you guys go down and work your charm with Sauk Village? Now, I can see the quality of the residents that attend the meetings is still as high as ever, but the quantity is lower, because I can remember some of the meetings we were wedged in here. Okay. So I kind of got you guys on the right, I shouldn't say you guys on the right path. Mayor, you were a councilman. Debbie, I remember you. Marva, you know, again, I was a voice, neutral third party. I relocated to Ohio. Hated leaving the great state of Illinois, okay? However, there is a cheaper cost of living out there, and I 10 years later, we started, and we are a not-for-profit. We work off of what is paying me to be here now is grants from the federal government and from US EPA Region 5. So that's got me active back up in here, up in this part of Cook County. We're currently working, we're right across Melody with the village of Dixmoor. We're in Fort Heights, we're in South Chicago Heights. Seems like there's another one in Fort Heights. Anyhow, we're active up in this area. I was hoping you guys would be on our referral list because of the emotional ties I have with the system, because I remember those meetings. I can remember the meetings with the tea, with the dirty water, stirring it up.
Yes, sir.
But you remember,
yes, sir,
what they were going to fix. You couldn't smell, you couldn't taste, you couldn't see.
Yep.
So anyhow, it's up and running. Things are going good with Melanie. And I can't wait to get back here. Made a cold call just to relive the old times, talk about the good times. Then Melanie talks about them, Robinson being the interim responsible operator. What that is that is the license you have to have. I'm going to go out on a limb here. Is this the chief?
Yeah.
Okay. First responders. Gotta love it. You're protecting the public, right? That's the acute stuff. Your responsible operators, your public works, we're the chronic ones. What your water system, what the people down there, the responsible operator does or doesn't do, has a bigger impact on public health.
Yes.
Long term. Sauk Village has come far. You guys, Class B license is hard to find, okay? We are in a position, I don't want to look at this as we're going to contract with you, though there is a contract, but we want to be a partner with you.
I think you're going to be most of that presentation next week.
He won't be there. He won't be there.
Yeah, so to make a long story short, we can talk next week about one hand, the responsible operator. The other arm I can pull behind is our at no cost service. I heard issues with billing softwares. Oh, I'm an old water biller. Whole SOPs, asset management, all that other stuff. So our contract will be, if you guys will be responsible operator, specific things that's required by the state of Illinois that we cannot do through our federal grants. Through our federal grants, we can basically help you with any and all things. So again, while I'm here just to put flesh on voice when we talk on the phone, do you guys have any, if you don't have any questions, save them up for next week. But I am pumped, I am stoked. You guys have came a long way. Looking at Melanie's list, they're going to make it easy for us from all the improvements that they have made. So, any questions while I'm here? Concerns? Thank you.
All right, Bert, thank you. I just wanted to say that you were gonna be here, and I just thought maybe, you know, you give us a quick, what you did, outline of what you, are gonna do for the village, and then next week we can dive a little deeper into it. So I appreciate that.
We're providing this service right down the road with Hopkins Park, Pembroke Township. This is just a bigger scale, and we're here to serve and we're ready to go.
All right. Okay. Moving along, Police Department, Chief Malcolm White.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Madam Clerk, Village Board, citizens and neighbors. Tonight's call for service report is for the period of November 27th to this afternoon. The police department responded over 311 calls for service. During that same time, we made 5 arrests. Again, coming up for this next, I believe it's next week, be a part of the solution. We have chat with the chief. It's always the third Thursday of every month. Not always, but we're getting back to it since it's the end of the year. The December chat will be on this Thursday, the 19th, and we will discuss end of the year statistics, what happened in the past year, our goals for next year, and what we've achieved for this year, as well as other crime prevention measures. That's right here in the Rotunda, 6 p.m., third Thursday, which is Thursday the 19th. I was just looking at our schedule, and regardless of whether or not I see you guys next Thursday, it appears as though this is our last public meeting, I think, before Christmas. So, of course, on behalf of the officers that serve you, we want to wish everyone a happy and safe holiday. Understand that over the next few days, we're going to have like kind of a deep freeze. So, again, this time of year, we start to have car accidents. Increase your distance with the people that are in front of you. Drive safely. Watch out for black ice. Understand that four-wheel drive is not four-wheel stop. You can get traction going, but you have a hard time stopping. So again, we're wishing everyone a safe holiday. Whether you decide to attend our chat with the chief meeting or not. And other than that, Mr. Mayor, that ends my report for the night. Mr. Mayor, Madam Clerk, Village Board, and again, neighbors. Let's keep that in mind after we leave out of this building. We're all neighbors, and we should be neighborly while we're in here. Let's respect each other, okay? Again, have a good night.
Thank you, Chief. The Fire Department, Chief Stephen Baird.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Madam Clerk, and Board of Trustees. Once again, the police chief copied off of my board report on tonight and tried to take everything that I've written. He only had 2 sentences and read everything I wrote. But for the period of November 27th, through tonight, the Sauk Village Fire Department responded to 95 calls for service, a lot of which has been due to people trying to warm their homes with their stove. Again, as the police chief alluded to, we're expecting some very frigid days and even colder nights in the next couple of days. I believe on Thursday, it's the field's supposed to be -16 to -20. So remember that the fire station is a warming center. In the case that you lose heat, make sure you please check on your elderly neighbors and your neighbors with special needs. Just check on them, make sure everybody has what is properly needed. I would like to invite you to check our Facebook page out. After tomorrow, you will find the tools you need to have in your car during this season, such as bottled water, blankets, flashlights, batteries, stuff like that, so that in the case that your vehicle becomes stopped on the road, you have things to keep you warm until help arrives. Also, we ask that you still, as the police chief said again, please drive safe. It's better to get there 3 minutes late than not get there at all. We had a major accident on Monday morning involving multiple cars at 394 in Sauk Trail, and it's just due to people not paying attention. So we ask that you pay attention while driving. Again, CO, I allude back to the CO, is a silent killer. You can't see it, you can't smell it, you cannot taste it. So we ask that you make sure you're not using your stove to warm your house. And if you are using space heaters, please give your space heater space. Make sure they're not around your furniture or anything that could catch. And that concludes my report. I do like to wish everyone a happy holiday. And as always, stay safe and God bless. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Madam Clerk, and Board of Trustees.
All right. Finance Department Director Renee Lewis.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, Trustee Williams already read off the cash report for today. I also want to just put on record that we have one trustee that always asks to review invoices. And in those meetings, the invoices I review, I ask, does she have any questions for the invoices? We never have any questions, but then we come to the meetings, it's a million questions. So I just ask that we ask whatever questions at that time the accounts payable person is present. That time the accounts payable person is there at the time as well, so she can come in and ask whatever questions. I'm saying, I ask you, do you have any questions? And you say no. But then you get to the meeting and we have a million questions. Trustee Williams, we had this conversation last week. You have to give respect in order to get respect. So,
okay, I guess you all might gonna listen. You know.
And I told
how am I lying? Mary, you was in the meeting?
Yeah,
Okay.
I told her you were coming right back.
Okay, that's all we're gonna do is go back and forth.
So she read the cash report already, Mayor. All trustees have a copy of the cash report that Trustee Williams asks for every meeting.
That ain't nothing new.
So, it's the truth. Okay, I'm not lying to you. I'm telling the truth. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I guess this is what, okay. Reports of standing committees, reports of standing committees. Budget and Finance, Trustee Eugene Carter.
Thank you, Mayor. My next committee meeting will be December the 18th, at 6 o'clock, to give an update on the finance.
You said December 18th at 6 o'clock?
Yes.
I'm sorry, say it again, please.
December 18th, 6 o'clock.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor, I have a question for Trustee Carter. Will you have the budget for us to pass out at your finance meeting? No.
Just an update on the budget. On our finance.
Is it any way that you could have the budget available at your meeting? No? Okay. You're not going to discuss the budget? No, I didn't ask for discussion. I said, no, I was asking. No, I was asking you if you could have a copy of the budget at your meeting. You don't have a budget either? Okay.
I don't have one because I wasn't here. Whoops, I'm live. Yes.
Okay, orders review, Trustee Arnold Coleman.
Let's see what you got for an order.
No report at this time, Mayor, Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
But I do have a comment.
Just budget reports right now, the standing committee reports.
Yeah, well, I have a comment as well. So.
You commented you commented all night.
Well, I've had questions for people, but I have a comment myself. It's pertaining to the Ordinance Review Committee. May I?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I mean, you all going to take over.
Okay,
anyway.
the Ordinance Review Committee, we review ordinances, and I review the ordinance regarding the water bills, okay? And based on what the ordinances read, we have not been following our ordinance, okay? So, so as a result of that, it's, basically, I'm just going to read an email that I received recently. This is an email from a person who has service here in Sauk Village. It says, I have been closed the breakdown of each of my water, sewer, trash bills that I have received. When you look at them side by side, you can easily notice the inconsistency in the bills. I have repeatedly asked for the bills I do not have. Therefore, I shall reconstruct what the actual bills should be, using the average water consumption in the minimum of $750 per 1,000 gallons. This is as required by the city ordinance.
Did you say $750?
Well, I meant to say $7.50 per 1,000 gallons. $7.50 per 1,000 gallons. Also, I will use the Village of Sauk Village current ordinances to show the dollar amounts that should have been used for sewer charges, such as $1.46 basic user charge per 1,000 gallons. Also, $17.25 monthly maintenance charge flat per month, and $2.50 surcharge flat per month. I have 2 units located. I'm not going to name the place. Front and rear. However, the property is set up as a single-family dwelling that only utilizes 1 sewer line. Therefore, I should not have been charged double for 2 sewer lines. Also, I already paid in full for an extra trash can, and I only have 1 pickup. Therefore, I should not be charged double for trash per month. I have enclosed photos of both my meters and that I took from February of 2024 and October of 2024 and December of 2024. Neither of my units exceeded the minimum amount of $1,000 per month. Therefore, if you split all costs, even both bills should have been the same amount of $12 for trash, or $12, $10.61 for sewer, $7.50 for trash. For sewer, $7.50, water, $2, utility tax, giving you a grand total of $32.19 per unit per month. Okay, I know, and neither does the bills he claims. Okay. From April to December 2024, $3.19 times 9 months equates to $289 per unit, giving a grand total of $597 for both units. I have paid it to date $1,490.74. By subtracting $579, which is what I should be paying, I have been overcharged $911. Okay. And he's basing this on the ordinances that we are to follow. But we're not following the ordinances. So if this tenant is overpaying this much, how much more, or I'm wondering who else has been being overpaid, who are overpaying. So what it really goes back to is the fact that we have ordinances that we are to be in compliance with or to follow ourselves. And if we don't follow our ordinances, we're wrong, and they're not. So I'm making an appeal to your administration, Mr. Mayor, that you follow the ordinances that are in front of us and not break them yourselves. And that concludes my comment.
Okay, you did mention at the onset, at the very beginning, that this house was deemed a 1-family home, but they made it into a 2-family home, and it should only have 1 water meter, and you didn't see a problem with that. So I guess everybody here can do that same thing, split their house up, or have how many tenants in a single-family dwelling, and just pay 1 water bill. I don't think anyone here would go along with that, but I don't understand Also, you failed to.
Mr. Mayor, I don't understand would you kind of clarify that, because I'm not understanding what you're saying.
If you have a double or two families living in the house, you broke the house up into two separate homes, a one family dwelling, you broke it up into two separate homes. But they have one water meter and two separate homes. Is not that, if you read the ordinance, that's not correct either. Because the person in I guess you would call it dwelling A, is using water every day, and the person in dwelling B may use water every other day, but they all go the same water bill. That's the first thing. The second thing, because I got this same memo that you were talking about.
But he said he's charging. He said you're charging double.
Okay. Second thing is, sir, this is the same house that the village gifted this person. So, I mean, but now we're having more problems with this particular dwelling, and then to ask for a refund, and you have two separate families, then the house is split, but you have one water bill, one garbage bill, and one sewer bill. I don't know how they're doing the lights. I'm not understanding that one.
Wow.
But you don't see a problem. You don't see a
bill.
problem with them having two water meters. So that's the only thing. I'm just making a comment. I'm like,
Now, first you said he only had one water meter. Now you're saying two water meters. Which is it, sir?
You have two separate accounts.
Two separate accounts.
You should have.
Should have.
Yes.
Two separate accounts.
Yes.
Okay. He didn't say he didn't have it.
Yes, you did.
I didn't say. I read it. I know what I read.
All right. I'm not gonna go back and forth with that, because that's okay.
I just read the email that all of us had. I mean, this is
all
nothing.
of us have what?
All of us at this board, or with the exception of maybe Trustee Carter, who wasn't here at the time.
All of us have what?
A copy of this email.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that.
U.S. Order, Madam Clerk. Yeah.
Thank you.
You do.
Public Services, Trustee Raven Johnson.
My next meeting will be held December 18th also, but just at 7 p.m. So immediately after the Finance Committee, you can jump right into the Public Service Committee at 7 o'clock.
That's on December 18th?
Yes, December 18th is a Wednesday.
Listen? Okay.
That's it.
All right. Housing and Intergovernmental Relations, Trustee Diane Sapp.
Good evening, everyone. The town hall that will be here on Saturday is being hosted by myself. It's from 2 to 3. Hopefully, the weather will allow everyone to come out. And those of you who have great concerns, please make yourself present. That concludes my report.
Okay. Town hall at what time?
2 p.m. to 3 p.m.
All right. That's this Saturday.
Yes.
Okay. Community Development, Trustee Debbie Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Community Development Committee and myself as the chair considered the cannabis operation very, very closely. Yes, I did say I do want public opinion to come out and say it. Yes, I do value the opinions. But there's this little part of me that also realizes that in order to develop your community, you have to have a broad mind. And you have to look at what other communities are doing to enhance their community. While I'm sitting here scrolling through Google, how many communities have dispensaries? Quickly, I wrote down 66. And some of these communities might surprise you. Lake in the Hills, Schaumburg, Melrose Park, New Lenox, very affluent communities. Okay, they look for where they can bring money into their community. So sometimes you need to think outside the box. We do need the residents' opinion, but we've been discussing this for a few weeks now. And it's good that a few residents came to the meeting and voiced their opinion. but we do still want to hear from more residents. But yes, I changed my mind quickly because I couldn't grab myself away from the fact of how are we going to develop our community if every time somebody comes to the table, we're going to turn them away. We don't have to be angry with each other because we don't think the same. Sometimes we are going to think differently, okay? But please, tell people to come out on Saturday, voice their opinions even after the fact. But I can provide a list of all the affluent, Tinley Park, Urban A. Some have 2 or 3 in their community, and there's a reason. It's revenue generated. They look appropriate. They're not nasty, dirty, something you wouldn't want to be in your neighborhood. They're purposely meant to look appealing. But this is why, yes, I changed my mind quickly. I'm not ashamed of that. Okay? As far as Madam Clerk's Christmas cheer, that's a tradition that's gone on for several years that my committees have always been a part of. I tried to offer my committee money to be a part of it, and I was told I could not use my committee money for that type of an event. So I reached out to Brother Lester for Thanksgiving event, and she wasn't able to get the money for either. And I asked that any money that was not spent on Thanksgiving be spent on Christmas cheer. If Christmas cheer is not going to happen, I would like to see the return of that money come back so that my church can take advantage of passing out food to the community on Christmas. So I'd like to know if that check came in, how much Madam Clerk was able to use for Thanksgiving, what's left over, because that money will be used in the community because it specifically says on the check, community events, and it should be used for our residents. There is food pantries in the community, as one of the residents said, and they're held at various places. And next Tuesday I will provide a list, as the resident asked. But I will tell you, I at my church today, my staff is very good. They come out no matter what the weather's like. Matter of fact, we're having a special pop-up on Thursday. You're the first ones to find out about it. 10 o'clock on Thursday, in the sub-zero weather, we will be there, just so you know. I will. Oh, shoot. That clerk just informed me I won't be there, but my wonderful, wonderful volunteers, thanks for reminding me, will be there. They will be sending it out. They might not hand it to you, but there will be a food pantry at Crossroads Church this Thursday at 10 o'clock. And budget, I was present at the last budget meeting. The budget was not placed on the table. I did get a copy. I was present at the meeting. I don't understand why one trustee was able to get the budget. At the budget meeting, it was placed on the table. This trustee can't see it, and the other trustees can't see it. I've been a trustee for a long time. I've never seen the budget held under such close, not even clerk as a copy. Ms. Ibarra with the ice cream, we welcome you. And I saw that you first applied for this permit in April 2023. And the mayor said he doesn't understand how you open. He's going to look into that, which means he's about to probably getting ready to close you down. But there's a real simple solution to keep you open, and that is to pay the man you pay permanently to come back to business. We owe him $75,000, and the man said all we got to do is pay him $35,000, and he'll come back to work tomorrow. Okay? And sorry I missed the parade this weekend, guys. I took my grandkids to the Polar Express. It's an annual tradition. Okay, and we would always thank Louis because Chicago was closed. I would have loved to have been here, but I do wish you all happy holidays. As far as the IT is concerned, we still haven't had an RFP for the IT, and they've been gone for quite some time. The RFP is when we invite other people to come in and give us a proposal on the IT. When we try to bring Proven in, when we suggested bringing them into quote, we were told everything's fine with the IT, there's nothing wrong with it, we don't need anybody in a hurry right now. And now we're here and we're about to have somebody come in to do the IT because we have problems with our audits and they can help us with our audit account. So why couldn't we bring Proven in 2 months ago when we tried? And where's the RFP so everybody can come in and have an opportunity to assess the IT, like Mr. Mayor's company was able to do, actually come in and do a thorough research before they put in a proposal. And only to be fair, Proven should be able to do the same thing, as far as I'm concerned. Because we all need to play fair and sandbox. Okay, so that's just what it is all about. You know, we don't have to disagree and argue, but we do have to treat people the same. That's not what's being done. So I want to wish you all a happy holiday. I'll be here next week, but I won't be able to do that on Thursday. had a half over about the other. But anyway, I hope you all can stop at Crossroads Church at 10 o'clock on Thursday. Stop by and get you some wonderful stuff from Illinois Partners and Home. You're the person that provides that wonderful information. And thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Trustee, Public Health and Safety, Trustee Aretha Burns.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a question. Madam Clerk, who prepared these resolutions? I know we don't have corporate counsel, so where did these resolutions then come from? Because we can't accept resolutions when we don't have a corporate counsel. I mean,
I think we were at this exact same point. We were at this exact same point last year this time. When I share with you that I create the cover for it so that it's consistent. But if you look at the second page of the resolutions, we're talking about the ones that you provided us, that you all discussed last week. It's the same document. The only thing is I put a cover on it that says a resolution, and I put the certification page on it just so that it's consistent. But the actual meat of it is one page that has the information that's on it. So I just create a cover. I make it look consistent. So no one, we don't have an attorney to do that. Can you share with us who created that document?
I can't. Trustee Burns, so these resolutions are IDOT resolutions. They're, so IDOT, Illinois Department of Transportation, prepared resolutions that the state uses. They're really not up for any kind of alterations or anything like that. It's a state document, and then I just literally fill in the, fill in the blanks. And even if it's village or, it's like a drop-down menu. Really, the only thing that I can add that's not already pre-dictated is the amount, the name of the clerk and the mayor, and the date at which the resolution will be passed. Everything else is a form pre-populated. Yes, it's an IDOT state form.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you. And then also we have a termination for Dardar. Do we have? But there's no resolution attached.
Now, when I came down here to ask to respond to you, I shared with you my copy. My copy has meat in it, and it too is something that
yours have
last week. Yeah, you had it. You had
the termination for Dardar.
Yes, when it first came
ordinance.
It has to be an ordinance because it came about as an ordinance. So to undo what you've done with the ordinance.
No, that's fine. I understand the process. I just didn't understand.
Who created that? But right now, you're missing
the ordinance itself.
The ordinance itself.
Right.
But basically, it was like a half a page long. But as I said, it was provided to you guys in the committee of the whole meeting about a week or two ago, the actual document. A lot of times,
I mean, that's fine. I mean, that's fine if you, I just know I have an ordinance before me and there's no ordinance attached to it.
Right, but you had it 2 weeks.
So as long as it's the same thing.
Exactly.
Okay, as long as it's the same thing, I'm fine.
All it's doing is undoing.
What was it?
Taking this much space on paper to undo what took piles of paper like this to create.
Okay, thank you, Madam Clerk. That was it. Thank you.
When is your next meeting? Your next committee meeting?
There's no next committee meeting.
Oh, okay. All right, Forces, Committees, and Commissions. Senior Advisory Committee, Chairman Mr. Emmett Farmer. Yeah, he's here.
Thank you, Mayor, Board of Trustees, Madam Clerk. department heads, and all the restaurant residents. Report for this Tuesday, December 12th, 2024 Executive Board meeting from the Senior Advisory Council. Breakfast bingo is every first and third Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the Senior Center. Come and enjoy breakfast and play bingo with us. Also join our seniors for Senior Fit every Tuesday and Thursday from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Come and join our seniors age 50 and up for a great exercise class. Contact Kira Coleman for more information. Times for game night are from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. every second and fourth Friday. Come out and join us for games such as Vidwitz, Blanco, Dominoes, and more. And this is our last game night of the year, this Friday, December 13th. And we will end with a Christmas celebration for the seniors with music, free food, and gifts. Come on and join us. The time of that is from 4 to 9. Also, our last committee meeting of the year is on this Thursday, December 12th, 2024 in the Senior Center at 5 p.m. and all are welcome as we plan for our senior events for the new year. Thank you all for your support and for a great year for our seniors. And that concludes my report.
Okay. Fire and Police Commission, Chairman Francine Anderson.
The Police and Fire Commission report for today is that we have had no changes in our recruitment of police or fire, so our report remains the same. Thank you.
Okay. Presentation of ordinances and resolutions. I ask for a motion to approve an ordinance terminating a redevelopment agreement by and between the Village of Sauk Village and Dardier Real Estate LLC.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Trustee Johnson, second by Trustee Carter. Any questions? Madam Clerk.
Trustee Sapp? Abstain. Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Burns?
Yes.
Trustee Carter?
Yes.
Trustee Coleman?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Motion is carried. I ask for a motion to approve the resolutions for the maintenance under the Illinois Highway Code BLR 14220. I guess it would be, the number would be 23, which would be the year, 00000-00 GM.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved by Trustee Johnson, second. Trustee Williams.
No.
Moved by,
I second. Oh, y'all said.
We had 3 seconds,
Oh, did we?
actually.
okay, then it was moved by
It was
Trustee.
3 seconds.
Okay, moved by Trustee,
Coleman.
no, Trustee Johnson, second by Trustee Cole. Madam Clerk.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Burns?
Yes.
Trustee Carter?
Yes.
Trustee Coleman?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Sapp? Yes.
Motion is carried. I'll ask for motion to approve a resolution for maintenance under the Illinois Highway Code. This one is 24-00000-00 GM.
So moved.
Second.
It was moved by Trustee Johnson, second by Trustee Coleman. Any questions? Madam Clerk.
Trustee Burns?
Yes.
Trustee Carter?
Yes.
Trustee Coleman?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Sapp? Yes. Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Motion carried. Comments from the mayor. I just have a couple of things because we've been here too long. I just wanted to try to, and I'm going to ask and caution the trustees when they have this town hall meeting that it's only one person, that you cannot go and all trustees be involved in this. That would be OMA violation. Just wanted to let you know, if you're going to answer questions, then there could be one person that's doing it, but if you're going to start having more trustees get involved in that, that's not, believe me, I know, but that's not proper, and it will be an OMA violation. So you can have the town hall, that's fine. questions, fine, but you can't have one trustee say this, another trustee say that. Now that constitutes a regular meeting, and that's not able to do that. Second thing I wanted to talk and then just say right quick. I don't know. It seems like I'm not asking anybody to do anything out of the ordinary. All I'm asking is the trustees to stay professional, because you want me to stay professional when it comes to you. If I ask for order, I hope that I can get order, not that raise the hand or put the hand up or whatever the case, and keep talking. That's not what we're here for. We're hopefully that, like you said, we're having an election here pretty soon. Hoping people, when they come on, take the job serious, be as professional, because people are looking to see that you're being professional, not just be controversial because you can be controversial, because you have the floor at this time. I've always said the first year as being any elected official, you should do the cycle. You're in there for 4 years. Do the cycle, see what it has to be done, see what constitutes the makeup of the village. And then after that, then you can, bring suggestions. You can bring suggestions anytime you want, but make sure when you do that you know what you're talking about. And not just argue back and forth for 2.5 hours on something that should have took us maybe 45 minutes. So, I'm just asking that. And at this time, I ask for a motion to adjourn.
Second.
It's moved by Trustee Burns, second by Trustee Williams. Madam Clerk.
Trustee Carter?
Yes.
Trustee Coleman?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Sack?
Yes.
Trustee Burns?
Motion carried. Good night.